This is Dr. S. Prasanarani, Assistant Professor of Mathematics in Pingal Government College for Women, Varangal. I am dealing with the subject linear algebra for BSc Mathematics final year. In CBCS system, it is SEM 5. In the previous classes, we have seen what is a null space and we have proved some theorems in the topic null space and also solved some problems based on the concept null space. Now it is time to move on to the next topic, that is column space of a matrix. So we have seen the null space of a matrix. Now it is the column space of a matrix. Let us see what is the column space of a matrix. As the definition of the term itself says that it is the column space of a matrix. So the definition needs a matrix of any order. So I am taking, first of all, to define the column space of a matrix, first of all I am taking a matrix of order m by n. So if A is an m by n matrix, then the column space of A, that is denoted by COLA, column A, and the column space of A is denoted by capital COL, column A. A is the capital letter as it denotes the matrix, and it is defined as the column space of A is defined as the set of all linear combinations of the columns of A. So that is the matrix A, whatever be the columns in that matrix A, if I take the matrix as m by n order, there will be n columns. So if I take each column as a vector, column vector, and denote it as a1 bar, a2 bar, so on an bar, then the linear combination of all these column vectors is called as that set is called as the column space of A, and it is denoted as COL, capital A. And so the first form of the definition simply says the definition of column space of A without taking any entry of the matrix A, without considering any entry of the matrix A. But in the second definition of the this column space of matrix, I want to give the entries of the matrix also to make it more clear. So let us, in the second form of definition, let us take the matrix A as m by n. Here also I am considering it as a m by n matrix, and where the matrix A is denoted by or represented by column vectors, and here capital A I have taken as set consisting of a1 bar, comma a2 bar, comma so on, comma an bar. Here I have taken the vectors. That is how it is a1 bar, a2 bar, so on an bar. So each is a vector that we can understand. So each of these vectors, that is a1 bar, a2 bar, so on an bar, are nothing but the column vectors of order m by 1. Each is of order m by 1. So now the matrix A is denoted as the set consisting of the column vectors, where each column is of order m by 1, and we can see there are n column vectors. That means that itself denotes that the matrix A has m rows and n columns. If it is so, the column space of A, which is denoted as COLA, now can be defined as COLA, that is column space of A, is equal to span of the set consisting of the column vectors a1 bar, comma a2 bar, comma so on, comma an bar. So that means the column space of A is in the above definition we have seen it as the set of all linear combinations of the columns of the matrix A. Here the set of all linear combinations is now denoted in this definition, in this second form of the definition of column space, as the span of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar. So in the previous classes, with that previous knowledge, we can say that the set of all linear combinations of the vectors A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar is nothing but the set span of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on, An bar. So with that previous knowledge, that is the span of A1, A2, so on, An is nothing but the set of linear combinations of the vectors A1, A2, so on, An. Now we can define the column A, the column space of A, which is a COLA in this form also. And in this form means here it is column A is taken as equal to the span of the set of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on, An bar. So this is the definition of column space of a matrix. So the column space of a matrix is a set, and that set is the linear combination of the columns of a given matrix A of order m by n, and it is denoted as column A COLA, and in set form it can be taken as COLA is equal to span of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar. Here we should understand that span of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar is nothing but the set of linear combinations of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar. Here I want to make a remark, as we have come across a theorem where that theorem states that if V1 bar, V2 bar are any two elements of a set H, and where H is a subset of a vector space V, and H is equal to span of V1 bar, V2 bar. If V1 bar, V2 bar are any two vectors of a vector space V, and H is equal to span of V1 bar, V2 bar, that means H is the set of all linear combinations of the two vectors V1 bar, V2 bar, then the theorem states that the set H is a subspace of the vector space V. And here I am making use of that, and of course that theorem has some extension, generalized notion, that if we have taken the theorem statement, I have mentioned only two vectors, V1 bar and V2 bar. Even if the set has the finite number, a finite number of vectors of a vector space V, consists of a finite number of vectors from a vector space V, then also we can say that span of those finite number of vectors forms a subspace of the given vector space V. And that is how, as our column A is the column space of A, COLA is also a set of or span of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar, we can apply this theorem here and can say that this span of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar is a subspace of Rm. Here I am taking Rm. How we should take, why should we take Rm? I will give the explanation a little bit later. Now let us understand the theorem, application of that theorem here first. Now the column space of A, as we defined above, can be seen as the COLA is equal to span of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar, and here A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar are finite number of vectors. So we can say that span of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on An bar is a subspace of Rm. Here the vector space I am considering is Rm. So as a theorem, so in the remark, that is why I have mentioned in the remark as a theorem, span of finite number of vectors is a subspace. That's using that theorem, the column space of A, which is also the span of a1 bar, a2 bar, so on an bar, a finite number of vectors, is thus a subspace of Rm. Okay, now let us see why should we take the vector space as Rm. Why should we consider the vector space as Rm? Here we have given that capital A is a m by n matrix, and if it is so, then each column vector of A has m elements. There will be n column vectors in A, and each column vector will have m elements, m entries, and that means the columns of A are in Rm. So that is how the each column vector is an element of an m dimensional space Rm. So that is how the span of the set span of a1 bar, a2 bar, so on an bar is a subspace of the vector space Rm. Therefore, the column space of an m by n matrix A is a subspace of Rm. Now let us move on to see the matrix equation Ax bar is equal to B bar. The different various interpretations of Ax bar is equal to B bar we can have, and how can we interpret Ax bar is equal to B bar in different ways? Let us see now. In the usual matrix multiplication, how it goes, let us see first. So I have considered a matrix A, and that matrix I have taken it as a 2 by 3 matrix. Here it is A is equal to 2 minus 3 1 minus 1 0 5 are the two rows in the matrix A, and x bar which is a column vector I have taken it as 4 1 6. Now if we go through the orders of these two matrices, we can understand that A is a matrix of order 2 by 3. There are 2 rows and 3 columns, so A is a matrix of order 2 by 3. And x bar, as we can see here, it has only 1 column and 3 rows. So x bar is of order 3 by 1, 3 rows and 1 column. And if it is so, as A is 2 by 3 order and x bar is 3 by 1 order, they can be commuted for multiplication, and the resultant matrix will be of order 2 by 1. So let us see how the usual process of matrix multiplication can be applied and get the resultant matrix of Ax bar here. So by seeing the orders, we could understand that A and the matrices A and x bar can be commuted, that means can be multiplied, as the number of columns of A is equal to the number of rows of x bar, they can be multiplied. And how we can multiply these two matrices? By just following the usual process of matrix multiplication. How it can be done, let us see now. Ax bar is equal to 2 minus 3 1 minus 1 0 5 is one matrix, and that is A, and the another matrix x bar is 4 1 6 which is a column matrix. Now to use the usual matrix multiplication, we just multiply the rows to the columns in the second the rows of first matrix to the columns of second matrix, and multiplying and then adding them, we get the corresponding elements in the resultant matrix. So here it is 2 into 4 minus 3 into 1 plus 1 into 6 is the first element, and the next second element in that column is minus 1 into 4 plus 0 into 1 plus 5 into 6, and this gives the resultant matrix as 8 minus 3 plus 6 minus 4 plus 0 plus 3, 30 as the second row. If we simplify this, if we do the calculation, and then we can see 40, it is 14 minus 3 as the first element, and the second element is 30 minus 4, which gives us 11, 26 as the resultant matrix. As usually in the system of linear equations, the matrix equation is represented as Ax bar is equal to B bar. So that is how I have mentioned the resultant matrix as B bar, denoted the resultant matrix as B bar. So the matrix A can be multiplied to the another matrix X bar, and to give rise to the matrix B bar, Ax bar is equal to B bar, by following the usual process of matrix multiplication. We have seen how it goes, we have seen. Now let us see it in a different way, and this is this is the one you have not yet come across earlier. So see here how it goes. The matrix A can be multiplied to X bar in a different way as follows to achieve the same resultant matrix. Even though we are changing the method to find the resultant matrix, but we are going to get the same resultant matrix as earlier, as we have seen above. So let us multiply, let us see how it goes. Ax bar is equal to 2 minus 3 1 minus 1 0 5 4 1 6. These are the two matrices we have. Now instead of just multiplying the rows to the columns and adding the elements, we shall do in a different way like this. In the second matrix, the first entry is 4, and let us write the 4 as the scalar multiple to the column vector 2 minus 1, which is the first column in the matrix A. So I am taking the X bar, entries of X bar as coefficients or weights or scalars, and multiplying them to the column vectors in the matrix A. Then we get like this: 4 into 2 minus 1 plus 1 into minus 3 0. Minus 3 is 0 is the second column vector in capital A, and plus 6 into 1 5. This is the 1 5 is the third column vector in the matrix A. So we can see here this is a linear combination of the column vectors of the matrix A with the coefficients or weights from the matrix X bar, from the second matrix X bar. So this, let us simplify and see whether we get the same result. So by doing the scalar multiplication of matrices 3 times here, for the first column vector with the scalar multiple is 4, and if we do the scalar multiplication, we can see the matrix as 8 minus 4 plus minus 3 0. Matrix is multiplied with the scalar multiple 1, and this gives the resultant as minus 3 0, and plus the last one is the scalar multiple 6 multiplied to the matrix 1 5. When we do this scalar multiplication, we get 630 as the resultant matrix. All these matrices are to be added, and by adding that we get 8 minus 3 plus 6 as the first entry, and minus 4 plus 0 plus 30 as the second entry in the resultant matrix. And if we further simplify it, we can see it is 14 minus 3 and 30 minus 4, and this gives us the final matrix as 11 26, and this is same as the answer, that is the resultant matrix in the above method also. Usual method of matrix multiplication also, we got the same matrix as the resultant matrix, and there we have denoted it as the matrix B bar as the vector B bar. As it is a column vector, I am denoting it as a vector, that is by B bar. So here also we got the same column vector B bar as the resultant matrix. So Ax bar is equal to B bar. Instead of following the usual process of matrix multiplication, if we just change the multiplication as a linear combination of vectors by the scalar multiples taken from the matrix X bar, we can see Ax bar is again equal to B bar. So here the columns of A are multiplied with the elements of X bar. In other words, this multiplication Ax bar can be regarded as a linear combination of elements of A with the scalar multiples of from the elements of X bar. Remark. At this juncture, let us see the remark, the extract that we can get from the above explanation. I am putting it in a remark as this. So let us see what is the remark. Thus, if A is equal to A1 bar, A2 bar, A3 bar, if A is a matrix consisting of 3 column vectors, then that is equal to L1, L2, L1, M1, N1, L2, M2, N2, L3, M3, N3 as the 3 rows. This represents that the column vector A1 bar is equal to L1, L2, L3, the first column in matrix A, and A2 bar, which is also a column vector in the second column vector in capital A, can be taken as the column vector M1, M2, M3, and A3 bar, the third column vector of the matrix A, can be taken as A3 bar is equal to N1, N2, N3. And X bar, which is the variable matrix in the system of linear equations, X bar, let us take it as X1, X2, X3. That means it has 3, the system of equations has 3 variables. And B bar, let us take it as the constant matrix, which is B1, B2, B3 in this case. If these are the matrices we have considered, then we can give the conclusion from the above explanation that Ax bar can be written as a linear combination as Ax bar is equal to x1 times the column vector L1, L2, L3 plus x2 times the second column vector of A, that is M1, M2, M3 plus x3 times the third column vector of matrix A, that is N1, N2, N3. In other words, Ax bar is equal to x1 A1 bar plus x2 A2 bar plus x3 A3 bar. Thus, what is this x1 A1 bar plus x2 A2 bar plus x3 A3 bar? This is nothing but the linear combination of the vectors A1 bar, A2 bar, A3 bar by the weights x1, x2, x3. So thus Ax bar is a linear combination of columns of A with the entries of x bar as weights or coefficients. So with the above explanation, we can come to understand that we can arrive at an understanding that Ax bar can be multiplied in a different way, which looks like or which can be treated as a linear combination of the columns of matrix A with the vector scalar multiples taken from the matrix X bar. So thus Ax bar is a linear combination of columns of A with the entries of X bar as weights. Weights means the coefficients of the column vectors that we are taking. So clearly Ax bar is defined only if the number of columns of A is equal to the number of entries or rows in X bar. So Ax bar, this multiplication is possible only if the number of columns of A is equal to the number of columns of the matrix A is equal to the number of entries or rows in X bar. So this is about the definition of column space of A and understanding the matrix equation in a different manner. Now let us see equivalence of equations. Even though we are saying it as Ax bar is equal to B bar, it in the inner meaning of it is the matrix equation of some system of linear equations in X bar, whatever be the entries in X bar. If I take X bar as x1, x2, x3, then we should suppose that Ax bar is equal to B bar represents a system of linear equations in x1, x2, x3, and the B bar, the whatever be the number elements in B bar, those are the constant right hand sides of the equation, system of linear equations. So let us understand the relation between the system of linear equations, the matrix equation, and the linear combination that we have seen above. So let us understand the relation among these three models. So now consider the system of linear equations. 2x1 minus x2 plus x3 is equal to 5. That is the one equation I have taken, and for example I am taking. So in the second equation I have taken x1 plus 3x2 minus 4x3 is equal to 8. So if I take these two equations as the system of linear equations, then we can understand that there are three variables x1, x2, x3 in the system, and the coefficients in the two equations can be treated as elements of a matrix A, and these variables can be taken in another matrix X bar, and whatever be the constants present in the system of these linear equations, these two equations can be treated as another matrix B bar, which is 5, 8 here in this case. So let us take all these as a matrix equation. A x bar is equal to B bar. Instead of writing A x bar and B bar, I am writing here by substituting all the matrices, and we can see here in this case, in this example, A x bar is equal to B bar can be taken as 2 minus 1 1, 1 3 minus 4, that is in place of A, and x1, x2, x3 column vector, that is in place of X bar, and that these two multiplied is equal to the matrix again a column vector, that is equal to 5 8, that is B bar. So in place of B bar it is 5 8 here, in place of X bar it is x1, x2, x3 the column vector, and in place of A, that is coefficient matrix, the numbers we have taken, those are the coefficients of the variables in the given two equations. So this again represents an equation which is called the matrix equation of the system of above linear system of equations. And so now we have seen two forms of representing equations and the variables present in it. And now let us move on to the third form of matrix equation, that is in vector form, that is in linear combination form. Let us see how it is done. Further, this matrix equation can be expressed in vector form as x1 times 2 1 as the column vector multiplied to x1, the variable x1, plus x2 times minus 1 3 plus x3 times 1 minus 4, and that is equal to 5, 8, the column vector on the right hand side. So in the equation 2, I am multiplying there are 3 column vectors, 3 columns in the matrix A, and each column I am multiplying with the corresponding elements or entries in the matrix X bar. So we are taking it as linear combination as x1 times the column vector 2 1 plus x2 times the column vector minus 1 3 plus x3 times the column vector 1 minus 4, and this is equal to the column vector 5 8. So the 3 equations 1 2 and 3 are equivalent. That is the conclusion we want to give in this subheading, equivalence of equations. So all these equations, whatever be taken in equations form or in matrix equation form, Ax bar is equal to B bar, or the linear combination form in the equation 3 are representing the same system of linear equations, and only the representation is a different way, but the meaning of the three forms is same. They represent the same system of linear equations. So whether we represent the system of linear equations separately as equations like in equation 1, or if we represent them in a single equation as Ax bar is equal to B bar, where A is the coefficient matrix, X bar is the variable matrix, and B bar is the constant matrix, as in equation 2, or in the third form, which is the linear combination of the columns of the matrix A with the scalar multiples from the corresponding scalar multiples from the matrix X bar is in 3, that is given as x1 times 2 1 plus x2 times minus 1 3 plus x3 times 1 minus 4 is equal to 5 8. These 3 equations 1 2 and 3 are equivalent, means they are one and the same. So here onwards, when we see the system of linear equations given like in equation 1 or like in equation 2 or like in equation 3, we should understand that they are one and the same, and first one is called as the system of linear equations in equations form, and the second one is called as matrix equation Ax bar is equal to B bar, and the third one is called as linear combination matrix equation, and that is represented in, that is given in equation number 3. So these 3 are one and the same, they are equivalent. Now with the explanation, whatever the explanation we have gone through for under the subheadings, the matrix equation Ax bar is equal to B bar, and the equivalence of equations. Using these two subheadings, we can come to a conclusion which is related to our topic, the column space of A. So here at this juncture we can go through a remark like this. In view of the above discussion, in view of the above two subheadings, whatever the explanation given there, they can lead us to the definition of column space of an m by n matrix A in a different way. Let us see how it goes. In view of the above discussion, the column space of an m by n matrix A can be expressed as, so now the column space of the matrix A, which is of order m by n, can now be defined as the set consisting of the vectors B bar, so COLA, which is the column space of the matrix A, is denoted as COL capital A. And now at this juncture we can take it as a set consisting of the vectors b bar such that b bar is equal to capital A x bar for some x bar belongs to Rn. Rn means x bar is a n by 1 column vector. So now finally we can understand column A as the set consisting of the vectors b bar such that b bar is equal to a x bar for some x bar belongs to Rn. So column A is now the set consisting of the column vectors b bar, and those column vectors are obtained by multiplying the coefficient matrix A with the variable matrix x bar, and that variable matrix x bar is a column vector of order n by 1 and A is of order m by n. So our b bar will be of order m by 1. So on the whole, the column A, the column space of A consists of all the column vectors b bar of order m by 1 such that b bar is equal to a x bar. A, and where A is of order m by n and x bar is of order n by 1. So that is how we can make the final definition of the column space of a matrix A. This final form of definition of column A which we have given now can be used in solving the problems that we will do in the later class, in the next video lesson. So let us go through what we have done today once in couple of minutes. So the column space of a matrix is our topic today, which is followed to the earlier topic, the null space of a matrix. So we have seen what is a null space of a matrix in the previous classes. Now it is the turn of the new concept, the column space of a matrix. So the column space of a matrix, I have given it in two definitions, defined it in two ways, in a different way. In one form as the set of all linear combinations, and in another definition we have seen it as the set span of a1 bar, a2 bar, so on an bar, where a1 bar, a2 bar, so on an bar are nothing but the columns of the vector, the matrix A. So column space of A is the set of all linear combinations of the columns of A, and thus it can also be denoted as COLA is equal to span of A1 bar, A2 bar, so on AN bar. And we have gone through the matrix equation AX bar is equal to B bar represented in two different ways. As just multiply using the usual matrix multiplication, we have seen how AX bar is multiplied to get the resultant matrix B bar, and we have used the linear combination method also to see and seen that AX bar is again equal to B bar even if we multiply it in the linear combination method. So that is how the matrix multiplication AX bar can be regarded as a linear combination of elements of A also, by the linear combination of elements of A by the scalar multiples of the entries of X bar. And after that we have seen that equivalence of relations. Equivalence of relations means we have seen that whether the equations are, the system of linear equations are taken in equations form or in matrix equation form as Ax bar is equal to B bar, or in the linear combination form as in the equation 3 here, they are one and the same. All these three represent the same system of linear equations. And after going through all this, we come to a conclusion. We came to a conclusion that column A is a set nothing but equal to the set B bar such that B bar is equal to A x bar for some x bar belongs to Rn. That means column A is the set of all column vectors B bar of order m by 1 such that B bar is equal to A x bar, where A is of order m by n and x bar is of order n by 1. And x bar is belonging to Rn means each vector x bar is a column vector of order n by 1. Thus column A is equal to set of B bar. B bar here we should understand they are column vectors. So column A is equal to set of B bar such that B bar is equal to A x bar for some x bar belongs to Rn. So with this we have gone through the basics of the term column space of a matrix, and we have seen the definition of it and the different interpretations of the matrix multiplication Ax bar is equal to B bar and the meaning of the system of linear equations in three ways. And this is the final definition of final expression for column A we got here. And with this I close the class for today. In the next class we apply this definition of the final definition of column A to solve some problems. So in the next class we will solve some problems based on column space of a matrix A. So I remain here.